I made my therapist tear up in session today, and this is the first time I've experienced that, so I thought I would tell a story. I had been just talking about some like childhood thing, and I got emotional and I turned kind of to the side and down as I teared up. And our therapist mentioned that he's realized it's a pattern with me, that anytime I start to tear up, that I turn. But one of the things that I struggle with is like shutting down my feelings, and it's not tied to my partner. It's just kind of like a personal problem that like bleeds into our relationship because I struggle to let my emotions out, like just in general. And it's not that I like consciously try to resist feeling my feelings. It's just I think I've shut them down for so long that it's like I'm having to learn how to not do that. Anyway, so he thought that it might be helpful to me to practice not turning away, that turning away might be a small way that I keep myself from letting more of that emotion out. It's like a way of shutting down by turning away. First, he's like, well, so if you just happen to get emotional again, just try not pulling away and we'll see what happens with that. But then he's like, actually, let's scratch that. Let's just do like a trial run, even though you're not emotional right now. He asked if there was any like particular way that I thought it would be helpful to me for my partner to assist with kind of pulling me back in. And nothing really came to mind, so my partner suggested that he tends to like put his hand on my leg. So we tried that. No, it's fine. Couples therapist suggested, because I was also turning my shoulder a bit too, when I was turning, that he could try putting his hand on my shoulder. So we tried that, and that made me like tear up, which surprised me for sure. But there was just like something really like vulnerable about that. And I think it was just more of like a direct like request. You know, it felt like he was requesting me to turn back to him by doing that. And so yeah, that struck me. And then he suggested that my partner kind of like pull my hair back to invite me back. And when we did that, and when I felt his like fingers in my hair and kind of like brushed up against my shoulder and my neck, like just like really like delicately and sweetly, I had this huge physical reaction. I kind of like almost like jumped away, like curled away more. And I know I like shook my head no briefly. And it was really weird because I usually struggle with feeling anything in my body. Like, usually I have all the thoughts and none of the like literal feelings. But this was like the exact opposite of that. When it took a second, but when my therapist like asked me what my experience was, I said like I noticed this like bubble type feeling working its way like up my body, like through the like my core, and I had this like really intense like instinct to like curl up and like really pull away, and that like once that like bubbly feeling got like up higher, I felt hot and just like really tense. I think it was like fear, but that all of that was, I don't know, I want to say like literally probably 2 seconds, and then I like very quickly recognize like that I'm fine and that like my partner just like touched my hair like and so as soon as I kind of came around to reality, then I just pulled like straight to him and like started crying, and he cried too, and yeah, I like apologized to him, like I don't know why I like pulled away from you, like I'm not like scared of you, like all all that kind of stuff. And I think like through all of that, I was so like absorbed in my own experience and in my partner's experience that I hadn't actually like looked at the screen. We do telehealth with this therapist, and same thing for my partner. He was looking at me and not looking at the screen, but our therapist like intentionally shared with us like a little bit afterwards that that he had teared up during that. He explained that the reason it impacted him was that he just kind of got pulled into my trauma response. He said he felt like it was like witnessing my trauma response. And that because he's worked with us for like over a year, that he knew that the reaction I was having wasn't towards or about my partner. We actually have talked quite a bit about how one of the bigger draws that I felt towards my partner when we were first dating was how incredibly safe he is for me. The way he manages to make me feel safe is just unbelievably amazing. Like it, and yet when you have trauma, it doesn't really know that. It doesn't always kind of quote unquote remember that you're in the here and now. And I hate that. I hate that so much. That the way that trauma works is that it projects itself onto people in your current life who aren't at all the way that other people were. It was definitely a powerful experience, and I think our therapist feeling emotional about it definitely added to that. But I think even without that, it was a really powerful experience. I expect I'll do more videos talking about this same session. I'm hopeful that a lot will come out of this.